Hey guys, have you noticed this trend of BMXers picking up mountain bikes? I have. And have you noticed that they also seem to be really good already? Well, today I want to talk about a way to get better at mountain biking that no one really does and no one really talks about, except maybe Skills with Phil. But let's talk about it. But first, a word from today's sponsor.
This video is brought to you by Gemini Lights. Light up the trail with their new insanely bright 4000 lumen Titan and the 2200 lumen Duo. Check their industry-leading lights out at the link in the description and use code VanCan for 10% off your order.
Probably one of the easiest ways to get better at mountain biking is to ride one of these, a BMX. Now the thing about riding BMX, because it doesn't have suspension, it doesn't have gears, in my case it doesn't have brakes, and the tire pressures are way harder, you just have to get used to riding a bike that's completely different. And then when you end up going back to mountain biking, this just makes you much more adaptable to your bike in a variety of situations. The other thing about riding BMX is it's going to help you with your bike control. Just all those fundamental bike skills, like doing bunny hops, doing manuals, and just generally controlling the bike, all come along with riding BMX, and they all transfer to mountain biking really well. And so with those bike skills, one of the first things is you're going to learn how to bunny hop. It's a pretty fundamental skill, and it's one of the first things you're going to learn to do in the skate park. Because the bike is so basic, because it's so small, because it's so light, learning these fundamentals like bunny hopping is much easier on these little bikes. And once you get the motion down on this little bike, it's very easy to transfer it over to a mountain bike. So BMX just lets you start with something simple and then bring it to the trail. So along with manualing and bunny hopping, the next thing that you're probably going to learn is how to jump. And the best part about the skate park is there's tons of low consequence jumps that let you try it. You air it a little bit, you air out an inch, centimeter, 2 inches, it's up to you. It's the perfect place to practice, and that's why you should get a BMX. It'll make you a better jumper on your mountain bike. Another great thing about BMX and skate parks, and even dirt jumpers is, if you want to learn how to do tricks, this is the place to do it. When you're riding a mountain bike and you're off on the trail, there's not really a place where you're going to learn how to do a no-hander, do a one-hander, do a toboggan, maybe even do a bar spin. Pretty hard to do on the trail, but here at the skate park, there's quarter pipes, there's little ramps, there's tons of places for you to learn, and again, it's pretty low consequence. Well, lower consequence than A-line, that's for sure. So you might think that the skate park's nothing like the trail, and maybe you're having trouble riding some trail features, like maybe a steep rock roll. Well, because of all the ramps and the quarter pipes, there's actually tons of steep things that you can learn to ride. And riding a quarter pipe and learning to drop in, well, that's how I learned how to ride steep features. Another thing about riding BMX is, if you want to become a faster mountain biker, one of the best things you can do is learn how to pump the trail. And one of the best places to learn how to do that is the bowl. When you're in the bowl, you don't really need to pedal. It's all about pumping. You can take it easy. It's not like a trail where there's any obstacles. You just take it easy, learn how to pump, and then you can bring that right to the trail. And maybe even win a race. And with all these bike skills that you're learning, all the fundamentals that you're learning, you're going to be more confident on the bike. And that's another thing that you get from riding BMX. You're going to be more confident on a little bike, but because there's no suspension, because there's nothing to help you out, all that confidence, that's going to translate to the trail and the mountain bike. And the best skill you're going to get from riding a BMX is actually learning how to fall. When you're here and you're learning tricks and you're learning to jump, you're just going to fall off your bike. And yeah, it sucks to fall in the skate park, but it teaches you to get away from the bike. And I find that people who are only mountain bikers and they only ride trails, you usually don't fall, even though you're going a lot faster. But the problem is, when you never fall, you never learn how to fall. then when you do, it's bad. So for everyone out there who only mountain bikes and you've never really fallen before, this is a good skill to learn because you want to be prepared and you want to be able to get off the bike quickly. Alright guys, that's just some of the benefits of riding a BMX or even a dirt jumper. When I first started mountain biking, I went to Whistler Bike Park. That was my first time on a mountain bike and I picked it up really quickly. 2 years later, I still love mountain biking, but BMX is where I started and that's where I got all my skills. So let me know, do you guys ride a BMX? Do you guys ride dirt jumpers? Let me know in the comments and let me know what skills you guys learned. I'll see you guys in next week's video.